Okay, here we are. Welcome to our May 7th bridge update. Got a few things, nice weather out there today, and things are going on, and we got a good update from the contractor this morning at our meeting as far as the last span, maybe start talking about the tub girders and other work we're doing, but that last span of across the river to be set here, and some changes to that. We can talk about how they're getting them there and what they're going to have to work around. So with that, maybe I'll let Mark talk a little bit about the tub girders.
Sure. I think their plan now is to cross over in Hastings, come down the Minnesota side of the river, and then go into the upper harbor, set the tubs on the barges there and kind of put them together, then float them downstream to the bridge and then lift them into place. And they hope to maybe have the first one, probably 2 to 3 weeks from now. They hope to be lifting that first one into place.
Okay, and of course that changes before the tubs are all planned to come in from the Wisconsin side on their causeway over there that got flooded and probably damaged with the floodwaters and things like that. So now they're really going to be on City Street there to get down on Levy Road. Use our bulkheads. They work with our Port Authority to get access to those bulkheads. And then also and then barging them into place, meaning they're going to have to kind of work around the shipping activities, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
We'll see where that is at that point, but
okay.
Probably will be barges coming through by then, I would think.
Yeah. Yep. So is it? Of course, there's three rows of tubs, and is it 3 pieces on each row that is left? Is that correct? So
I believe that's correct. Yeah.
We're looking at these last 9 pieces then to get set to finish off the span across the river. So that's where that's coming up in the next few weeks. See activity on that. There is, even without any of the tubs being set, there's a lot of activity that's been going on the last few weeks out there. Maybe you want to touch on all the retaining walls and grading work and all that, Mark?
Sure. Yeah, they've been working on they did some backfilling of where the final, I guess, alignment of the button hook will be. Some of that's been filled in. They've been working on retaining walls, both kind of between the River Bridge crossing and the Highway 61 bridge.
Kind of right behind, Redwood Shoe there, and ADM there, yeah.
There, yep. Then they're working on the retaining walls for the slip ramp, so they're digging the footing out for the retaining wall by right next to ADM, and I believe the retaining wall across from that, or not ADM, sorry, Red Wing Shoe.
Red Wing Shoe, yep.
Yep. They're working on the retaining wall across from that is, I believe, complete and ready for backfilling, so they're getting that done. Then they're also tying the steel and getting the expansion joint set for both the bridge over 61 and the bridge over Bluff Street, so they will be pouring those decks. They had planned to do it, I believe, this week, but with the forecast, they've pushed them off until late next week now.
Okay.
So.
And with those deck pours, that's good you brought that up, because they talked about that this morning. The deck pours, right now, the outside lanes are closed on 61 going underneath that bridge.
Right.
With the pours, as they're doing their work, they'll change that, and there'll still be a lane in each direction, correct?
Yeah, there'll still be a lane in each direction.
You might be on the inside lane instead, or the outside lane instead of there'll be closures that are moving a little bit.
Right,
there.
as they're pouring that deck, as they keep moving across, they're going to change the lane closures, so just in case there's concrete drips through the formwork or something like that. So
okay.
Make sure that the pour is always over a closed lane.
Okay. And I didn't see anything on their traffic management, traffic control, that they're doing any closures or anything, or any detours or nighttime construction. I haven't seen anything.
Heard anything yet? Nope.
That still could come up as they're getting into their operations, but as of now, we should have a lane in each direction going underneath the bridge there,
right,
to the button hook and north and south on 61. So,
and then maybe 3rd Street, they've touched on that a little bit. They're out there right now, I believe, putting in some underground for the electrical, for the lighting system.
Yep.
And then next week, they hope to have Chippewa in to be starting curb and gutter.
That's good news. Get on 3rd Street and get working on that. I was there this morning, had a couple meetings, saw the street lights going in, talked to the electrical subcontractor on location on heights of the pedestal or the bases for the city lighting system that's going in, and they're working on that. We did add an extra circuit to that system to allow for GFI receptacles on the poles there, so we can do our our normal, our lighting that we do for holidays and stuff like that. So that system will function just like our downtown system. And then I also met this morning with our Parks Department and the gardener at the corner. The city has a small little park there that at the corner of 3rd and Plum, and kind of go over the final landscaping of that area as well. So it's good to see things happening. Things are starting to get close to where we're going to be pouring concrete and road building and have access back to those parking lots, to the businesses that have been affected along that stretch. That's a welcome sign to see. So, and all of our, I think we mentioned this morning, all of our punch list items for our sewer are actually done in the manholes and in the pipes. So we really have no reason to be digging that up anymore. Let's get road built is kind of the plan there. So
seems like it.
They've lined up their subs to keep going in that direction, and that's a good thing.
Yep.
So
now we need the weather to cooperate.
Yep, weather to cooperate so we can pour concrete and pave. So
the only thing else I had on the schedule is that they're going to clean up the ditch below Barn Bluff, I believe, starting May 15th.
All the rock slides that occurred. Yep.
So you may have that right lane closure might get extended further back. So
okay,
just be on the lookout for that.
So that would kind of get extended, past the button hook probably, to allow them to get that ditch cleaned out again. And
right.
Quite a lot of rock debris this year for the freeze thaw that we had. I know we've had it in the past, but it just seemed like quite a bit more.
Right.
Yeah, this year.
Certainly was a strong winter there for January, February.
Yep. On the Wisconsin side, I heard a little talk this morning. Is there some work on the jug handle over there, or what's happening on grading or anything on that side?
I guess I didn't see much mentioned in the meeting. I believe there's been some erosion because of the flooding, basically. Yep. So some of that.
So they're repairing some things some grading repairs is what they're doing.
Right.
And then they would have the culvert work on the large Mud Lake box culvert at some point. I imagine that will.
I believe we're in the settlement period for the bypass.
Okay.
So that'll have to be complete before they can start looking at switching traffic over there.
Okay. And then we're hoping that settlement period on their surcharge starts to catch up a little bit, correct? Right. So we're getting the compression we need on that fill before we build road on the Wisconsin side.
Need the water to go down to help with that.
Yep. And we need it down for a lot of projects around here right now.
A lot of places, I'm sure.
Yes. Patty's out here nodding in agreement, Patty from the chamber. So, yeah, do you have anything else construction-wise that you want to talk about, or want to show a few pictures?
I can, sure.
Okay. Sounds good.
So this is along 3rd Street, must be right in the area of Knutson Carmels and that. Contractors installing the conduit for the lighting system. Just one of the light bases that's going in.
Yeah, and we were meeting this morning there. Yep. That's that little park that I was mentioning on the corner that we're kind of looking at landscaping that and getting that done. So
this is one of the retaining walls adjacent to the slip ramp across from the Red Wing Shoe factory there. You can see them in their backfilling. Then adjacent to the building, they're actually starting to excavate for the footing to be built.
That's for the slip ramp retaining wall coming down, correct?
Yep.
To Potter Street, kind of looking toward Potter right there.
Right.
Yep.
This is just a little shot of the bridge over Bluff Street. Contractors getting the rebar all set in there for the deck pour next week. This is up along the bridge over Highway 61. All the rebar is set for the deck pour, and what they're doing here is, it's called a dry run. They're making sure that when they pour the concrete and they start finishing it, we have both enough depth of concrete for the deck, and then we have enough cover over the top of the rebar. So that's what they're looking at right now. It's just kind of a same picture, a little bit more perspective of the bridge deck. That's the machine as it's sitting over Highway 61. And just some setting the retaining wall forms between the river bridge and the Highway 61 bridge. There's a picture of some of the staining work that's been done. They did the lower section so they could backfill against the retaining wall there because they're required to go 2 feet below the level of the ground there.
That's that kind of limestone look,
Kind of a
color
tannish
staining that'll be on all the retaining walls.
Right. And there's the backfilling that's been done for the final alignment of the button hook. And that's it.
Okay, one thing I heard this morning at the meeting, are they going to do some, I know they can't do decking on the tub girders until the whole span is complete, which they plan to get to in the next few weeks here. But were they going to start setting some formwork? Did I hear, just to check and see on this first span?
I believe they're doing something, but I'm not sure exactly what it was.
Of course, they can't pour anything or put any, but we're going to try to do
some sort of test for the false work
to see how their false work works on the tub girders. Okay.
Yeah. And they're also planning to do the deck pour for the 2 remaining spans over the pre-stressed girders, probably around May 20th.
On the Wisconsin side.
Side of the river bridge.
Will that be it for the deck pours on that side then?
Yeah, that'll be all the pre-stressed girders will have a concrete deck on them.
Okay, good. All right, did you have, kind of looking through our schedule, we had a talk this morning, and the weather's looking good. They've got things lined up. Now it's just a matter of, like you said, hopefully we can get concrete poured and not have too much rain here and there. But
right.
Do you have anything else to add?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Any questions?
Yeah. Patty, did you have anything that has come up?
I do. Just
all right.
People are, now that the weather turned nice,
Yep.
they're asking about tours, if we would do, and I know you're behind schedule, so I get it, but if we could schedule maybe 2 public tours.
Okay, Patty said with the weather getting nice now, she's wondering if we could schedule some tours. And I think that's a definite possibility.
I think that'd be fine.
Okay. Well, let's take a look at something, Patty. We'll work something out, and then we encourage people to still sign up with the chamber, correct?
Yes.
Get a hold of you and...
We limit, just like we have in the past, limit to 25. That seems to be about as many as we can handle.
Sure. Limit to 25, and we'll get 2 dates set up and get that advertised.
20 or 25, what's your preference?
Probably 20 if we could.
Okay, 20. Well,
I know we cut it down,
Yep.
I think hard hats and all that kind of stuff. So.
yeah. So we'll look at 2 different dates for 20 people and encourage them to get signed up. We'll get those to you, and then you can kind of get that advertisement out to people that want to do that. So.
Yeah, so if we can have a couple weeks or whatever.
Yep.
Sure.
Sure.
Yep.
And Mark, I guess these live broadcasts, these meetings here, kind of helped you with your Channel 11 special you had a couple weeks ago, right?
You bet.
Yeah. I don't know if did you see that, Patty?
I did not.
Yeah, it was a kind of report on the
Chapter 152
the
bond
funding that has gone over the whole state of Minnesota to and we're kind of at the tail end of that, aren't we?
Yeah, I think we're probably one of the last projects.
One of the last projects to get funding after the I-35 collapse. So that was good. So.
And then the big question, still looking at October?
Patty has another question on schedule that as of what we're looking at right now. So, Mark.
For opening the bridge?
Yes.
I believe so. I guess we'll see how weather and everything plays into that here.
We'll know a lot more with how things go and getting this last span put in place, right? And when they can actually start their
Once
decking.
the water recedes too, we need to look at how the surcharge is settling out.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a big issue too.
Yeah. So there's a few things kind of put in there with the main crossing, plus building the road on the Wisconsin side, because the work on the Minnesota side seems to be, the retaining wall work seems to be progressing on schedule
Seems
as far as that.
Right. Yep,
yeah.
they seem to be hitting it pretty hard now.
So we really need to get that road done on the Wisconsin side is a big thing. So.
Right.
But we're hopeful, Patty, for your, still October with an opening, yep.
Good weather, dry weather.
Yep. And lower river levels as well.
That would help.
Yes. Is that, you're good? Well, with that, I'm going to give one more little update. We're looking at, as these river levels are going down here, we want to get back on our Levy Park project with the city contract. So we had a meeting this morning on that, and you're going to probably start to see some things happening next week on that project as well. So, and we've got a lot to do to get ready before river boats are coming in and all that stuff. So we want to get going on that. And the river levels really impact that project, as you can expect. We're working right on the river, trying to put in mooring bollards and fenders and stuff on our new wall the new sheeting we put in place. So look for more activity on that project starting here soon. And I thought I'd give an update as long as we're here that we do have a water main project and a pottery pond project starting first part of June. We're going to get water main directionally drilled from our Levy Road roundabout all the way down past Pottery Pond near the boat storage area down near Withers Harbor, and then also do some improvements around the pond area there, some ADA improvements as our second phase of Pottery Pond. So a lot of work down in that small area, along with tub girders coming in on Withers Harbor and being put onto the barges. So just a lot of work along the river right now. So just wanted to give that update, and we'll be back again next month for another update. Thank you.